And it is a busy day in the Fox 5 newsroom. We are going to get to all of it. It is time for your top 3 at 3. We're talking about everything from D.C. crime stats and the special election in Northern Virginia. But right now, kicking it off with the big story of the day. The accused Capitol pipe bomb suspect will remain behind bars before his trial. The case about to mark 5 years this Monday. So we're talking with attorney Joseph Tully. Good to see you, Joseph.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
So a 19-page ruling came out today. Walk us through what the judge had to say about it.
Sure. So again, pretrial confinement shouldn't be about punishment. It's merely meant to make sure that people show up for court and to make sure that the community is safe. With this kind of charge, it was basically presumed, well, pretrial confinement is supposed to be rare. However, the judge had to weigh between the rights of an accused versus the public's right to be safe. The judge ruled, as you and I talked about earlier this week, that he is to remain in custody. So he is not going to be given release on GPS or any other restriction. He's going to remain in custody. To get there, the judge had to balance, again, with his good qualities, the no criminal history, long-term employment, strong family support, diagnosed autism spectrum with OCD. Normally that favors release. However, in this case, the judge had to cite to very specific behavior, continued purchase of bomb-making equipment after January 6th, ongoing possession of explosive and components in his home and car. His own statement suggesting impulse control, something just snapped, I just did it. The ability to assemble these devices quickly. The judge used these factors to deny release.
And we talked about this earlier in the week, Joseph. The Justice Department released those details on his alleged confession over the holidays. Did that play a role? Because in it, he's saying things like, I didn't expect these to detonate. I didn't want them to detonate. I didn't want anybody to get hurt. I don't have a problem with either party. I have a problem with both parties.
Mm-hmm. So I think the main thing that the judge used from his alleged statements, his alleged confession, were those statements related to his impulse control. And in particular, he didn't really know why he did it. He was in his statements to the officers, his alleged statements, they're saying he said, like, no, I wasn't really hell-bent on anything. I just was thinking about something. I don't like either party. I didn't want anyone to get hurt, kind of downplaying. Yeah. But here the judge said, well, you did say that you have no impulse control, and use that against him.
So I know it does not really come as a surprise to many people that the judge decided to keep him in custody rather than releasing him on house arrest or monitoring. But what comes next in this case? Again, this has been 5 years in the making.
Okay, so what comes next is we're basically at the beginning of the case. The case will, unless there's a plea agreement, the case will eventually end up in jury trial. So now the Justice Department filed a charging document, which is called a complaint. If they charge with using a complaint, then they owe the accused a preliminary hearing. However, after they filed the complaint, the DOJ then went and got an indictment, but they got an indictment in the wrong court. So the judge here said, look, DOJ, I'm not going to accept your indictment. You did it in the wrong court. So we're basically at this point waiting for the DOJ to decide if they're going to proceed forward on the complaint or if they're going to go and do another federal indictment.
Much more still to come. Legal expert Joseph Tully, always good to see you. Thank you so much for your insight.
Great to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.